because Black lives did not matter to the government that he was fighting to support. And when his dying words were, he wanted her to have a better life than he. That child would grow up not knowing her father, but she would grow up to create from the legacy that her mother left, property that was mortgaged so that she can buy a 35-seat luncheonette. But little did she know, she wasn't just buying a luncheonette that was going to nourish appetites and those who traveled to Harlem for the Great Migration, escaping the racism of the South. What she did not realize is that she was creating an institution that would allow conversations to be taken place to say Black lives do matter. Those walls are the walls where the people to the right would convene. Those are the walls that comforted Amadou Diallo's mother when her son was slain and she came straight from Africa with Reverend Sharpton in tears. I will never forget that. Those are the walls that Sabrina, Trayvon Martin's mother, came to as well, with tears in her eyes. Those are the walls that every Sunday, when we set up our National Action Network, Sylvia's Sunday Food Pantry to feed this community, Eric Gardner's mother comes out alongside Reverend Sharpton to tell the community that Black lives do matter. It's a shame. We're not saying Black lives are better. Can you imagine? We are all made up of matter. And all we are saying is, we matter. We are human. So as we paint this ground today, know that the paint represents the blood of our ancestors. The paint represents Sean Bell. The paint represents George Floyd. The paint represents Breonna Taylor. The paint represents so many countless others that have become hashtags to desensitize. We matter. And not only do we matter, we are standing in the truth of this moment. While the country and the world, for the first time in my life, and for the first time in my father's lives, the world is recognizing that racism is systematic and that it must stop. It must stop. And the next person that I am going to introduce said it best. He said, "You will take your knees off of our necks." When it comes down to fighting for our lives and making sure that they matter, I know, just like all of you know to the right, that this man works tirelessly every single waking moment to ensure that we have security within him and that he is going to use the power of his platform and his voice to give voice to those of the voiceless. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the Reverend Al Sharpton. I call it the People's Channel.
Thank you, Charnez, and thank you to Park. For Park, give them a hand. Give these sisters a hand. When Charnez called me and said about and informed me about this was going to happen today, I thought about a couple of things that I'll briefly share. When we fought to get George Zimmerman arrested for killing Trayvon Martin, many people forget that at first they would not even arrest and charge him. We went down to Florida and marched and rallied to get him arrested. They went to trial and he was acquitted. And it was after that acquittal that three young, brilliant women came with the hashtag Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was not some hashtag that somebody made up in some studio in Soho. It came as a result of a criminal justice system that denied justice to Trayvon Martin. But the reason why we're seeing Black Lives Matter being painted and held up in many places, but the reason why the most significant one is in Harlem, is that black lives always mattered in Harlem. It's a good thing, Hazel Dukes, that they're going to put Black Lives Matter on Fifth Avenue.